Did not set that up. Oh man, I don't know where that's pointing to. Okay, I'm sure I'll be in the shot somewhere. Hi, camera 2. Let's get at you. So, hey, how you doing there? Having a good day? I'm glad to hear. Before I start, and thank you so much to the truly wonderful, timeless, magnificent, supreme Johanna. Hello, Johanna. Give your surname away, but you know who you are. And I know who you are. I did record a version of Bob Dylan's Vision of Johanna last night. I changed some of the words around just for you yesterday. It came to a shuddering halt because my arm seized up halfway through. So anyway, to me. Sorry, I got very distracted. It looks like there's a storm about to start. Anyway, so here we are. As ever, there's been all kinds of tuning problems getting set up here, but I hope it's going to be okay. So, here we are on June the 10th, 2024. I'm 63 years old. First Murphy male to hit 63. I'm actually the first Murphy male to hit 60. That's not in the right place. Can't see the children. Reflection there. So I'm certainly the first Murphy male to hit 63. I'm hoping that my beautiful son Dylan will beat that by at least 20 years. As I've done for about 4 decades, I've always written a song on my birthday. Apart from the years when my son was born. Goodness me. You hear the aircraft again? I mean, it's just every time now, you know. I think some people have missed these. Anyway, so this is this morning's new song. It's slightly different, of course. I write songs all the time in any case, and I think this is song number 15 in 15 days, I think. How many songs did I write yesterday? Just one. And this guy, I wanted to write a short, sharp rocker this morning, and this came out. So, as I always say to people, I have no idea what's coming out. So when people say, well, how do you do that? How do you just pick up a blank piece of paper and a pen, and all of a sudden, 20 minutes later, there's a song. Although in this case, it was 41 minutes. I have no idea. I didn't then, and I don't now. I've never analysed it. If you think it's bad now, those of you who've been following these videos, think of those Lost Lyrics videos when there were days in the 90s when I'd get 10, 15 songs, one after the other. And there would be just all day, just sitting on the couch there. Was it the 8th of August, 93, was it? 15 songs from 8 o'clock in the morning until 2 o'clock the next morning. I don't remember that day, but I do remember there have been times when I've been lying in bed or something, and you finish one song and you go, oh, it's out with me, it's over and it's done, and another one comes up and it's like, oh, I don't know when it was, but I do remember one night and I've literally just, leave me alone, kind of thing. Anyway, let's see if I've talked the voice into. So, this is not how I'm going. I'm plugged in guitar, no microphone, and I'm going to wander around looking at the lyrics. This is just a first take of it. Well, you know the procedure by now. It's called The Answer, but then again, you do that because there'll be a type artist, that one there. I'm so sorry I might not make it. I don't think the arm is going to work at all. That'd be a kick in the pants, wouldn't it? no feeling there, you see. It's just a block of meat hanging on the end of the arm, all the nerves are dead. So. Whew! The answer. Storm blowing across the desert of my soul. There's nowhere to take shelter, and the vultures are on patrol. I'm trying to shield my eyes from the sights no man should see. I'm trying to prize a good thought from the dungeon of cold memories. Staggered through the blizzard of a million untrue words. I thought someone said they loved me. It seems that I misheard. Conscience was the enemy every step of the way. Salvation was someone's bad debt that I was forced to pay. The wishing well is full of tears, its promise long prolonged. I slipped and fell through the gates of hell with every cause I joined. The devil's angels seek you out wherever you may roam. You can't find refuge from yourself, and they've burned down your childhood home. They'll sell you songs for sustenance as you stumble down the road. Torture you with lies that life will pay you what you're owed. They'll blind your eyes with beauty and mock you as you weep, knowing it will poison your dreams each time you try to sleep. For each soft silver kiss you get, your heart's defenses soften. Despair greets you with open arms sneering. You come back so often. You stumble to the crossroads and find its arms are blank. The diviner points to your parents' graves and whispers, you know who to thank. Life is a brutal trap-deck jungle from which few emerge unscathed. Fewer still make it out alive. Those that do stay forever enslaved. Fate came to me midnight last and slow slid down its cowl. I stared up into my own face and knew I had the answer now. I don't know how that came out. Anyway, so let's take one of the answer. Oh, Emily, I'm so sorry I didn't have your bracelet on. That's why it didn't go well. I'm not really superstitious, touch wood. Hey, don't be naughty. What was that? No, yeah, not the plectrum. Is that the one that's strapped on the back of the guitar? Or is that the one I was using? Anyway, but I do like to have certain things when I play. So this here, Emily, Dylan, that's Dylan. Wherever I go, this is with me. This is. I know if the rest of the world wants to see this, but I'll show it in any case. Can you read that? If I can use my palm as background. Daddy, thank you for being a special piece of our lives. Love, Dylan and Emily. This was the last thing that they were allowed to send to me, the beautiful children. 2 years ago, when someone said to a court. People talk about the rise of right wing and everything going on, but I mean, you know, people have just had enough of being, of nothing, of paying taxes and getting nothing back, of babies being murdered in hospitals, of injustice in courts, in no legal aid. This is this country here, but I mean, I'm talking to you just as I see that there's been a surge in right-wing parties in power all across the EU. Very worrying, really. And, you've got to have a balance, you know. But hey, that's democracy, you know. And someone said, he's terminally ill, upsets the children. Oh, okay then, he's never allowed to see them again. More importantly, they're never allowed to see their father again. And the damage that's done to them, you cannot imagine. I'm not going to put it on record, but it is so bad. My beautiful children, 10 and 11. It's suffering like you cannot imagine in England, the so-called home of democracy. Any of you that listen to my songs, you know that it is nothing but so. Shall we try that one again? I think I pitched my vocal way out there. I don't know why I put the lyrics up there. Like Elton John at Glastonbury. Normally I have the lyrics, I mean, they're up here, you know. But they only go up there when I'm au fait with the words, and I use them as just, you know, so crib sheets. So if I just look at the opening line and away I go. It's very strange, because, you know, when I don't have the crib sheets up and I have to do it from memory, you know, everything comes tumbling out. That mirror is not in the right place. I have a little mirror up here, okay, when I'm looking at you. There, I would not lie to you. And if I position it up here on top of a rack that's got about a gazillion CDs in, well, I'll do here, one here, and the pictures of my children bounce off the window here, and I can see them reflected in there. And so I'm singing to the world's best audience, which is my children, my children, my children's pictures, my children's pictures, my children's pictures, my children's cars and messages and reading awards, my son's big elephant, my children's pictures, and the viewfinder, it's, you know, what's behind me. And I recommend everyone does this. If you're at home, you have children, pictures on the wall, do this. Put some on your television set. Just have them around there, you know? Just do it. Should we go for take 2 of the answer? Or should we do other stuff? I kind of want to do Visions of Johanna again for the wonderful, extremely beautiful, and timeless Johanna. But then YouTube will delete my video for copyright purposes. Let's try a slower version of it. This isn't going to be the world's greatest session. This is just me having fun on my birthday. I'm going to eat, I won't mention the brand because they never mention me. What? Earth is good. I just got out of the shower. I don't know what's happening in my hair. Can you look at this? Crazy, isn't it? I went to get a haircut in Yeovil, which is a town near where I live, which is really the underbelly of the world. Although it's not as bad as the town I grew up in. I grew up in a place called Chard in Somerset, which at one point in the 80s I think was voted. Who takes these votes? And now the Eurovision Hooligan Contest, coming live from downtown Chard. It had the highest crime rate outside of something like Glasgow or something like that, you know. I remember when I joined the army, actually, I joined the army in, well, I went in 77, I joined and signed up in 76. When I was 15, because I was homeless. Well, I joined the RAF first, I applied, and the RAF took me, but then they said, Thou hast a heart condition, we cannot take you. That is bugging the heck out of me. That I'm so sorry to be flipping around. And I said, what am I going to do? What will become of me? Oh, the army will take it, they said. They didn't want me falling asleep at the consoles and crashing one of their jets or something for the army. Anyway, but this is a very brief anecdote, I guess, but if I stand here, normally I have pictures of my children, the camera's in the wrong place. Kids and my children, if you find them playing on television. And, my wonderful son sleeping. That amazing picture. What's gone on there? So they took us in early '77, I think. I'm probably a little bit out on the dates. And there'd be all these huge guys out. You can still see them now, you know. I won't mention their names because it might be embarrassing, but I can still see them now, you know. And everyone's vying for space and trying to put their marker down and be as aggressive as everything they can, you know, to get their piece of territory, which didn't last long because then they were being assaulted by the older, you know, hazing, I think the Americans call it, you know. And they would do daft things like you twirl around with a broom and stuff until you fell over and stand on one leg, you know, and all the time. And they just, you know, you're thinking, jeez, I just looked at like, you idiots, you know, you're the army, you know, I mean, but anyway, you know, they were just children, you know. No one else would take any of us, you know, was the thing. But, and some of them are the right purposes, I guess. But after about 2 days, you go to the bathroom that has a big communal toilet, like, you know, Rose Your Rhine or something. And all you could hear from the cubicles was all these big, hard men, you know, because we were 16, you know, well, I was 15 at the time, you know, because I smudged my date of birth. You know, no computers in those days to check everything. The days before CCTV and databases, freedom. And because they'd never had that before, you know, they'd woken up in the mornings and Mummy put breakfast down on the table for them, and then they'd have their bags packed and they'd be driven to school or whatever, you know, and they'd come home, you know, and would you have a good day at school and let me do your homework and everything? They have pocket money so they could go out and everything. I've been fending for myself since I was 11 or 12, looking after 2 alcoholics, you know. I googled it the other day. It was a 3.2-mile walk from where we lived to the school, and I had to walk it every day. And in the winter I'd have to come home at dinner time and lay the fire